Hope everybody's doing absolutely phenomenal. Do I sound all right? Do I look all right? I know I look real bright. I'm talking about my jersey. I'm only talking about my jersey. We got a few things to talk about it. Believe it or not, we're gonna talk about Shedeur Sanders. I know you'd never guessed it. You'd never guess it. But we're also gonna talk about Mr. Jimmy Horn Jr. We're also gonna talk about Cam Ward. His head coach has been fired. So, I just want to make sure we kind of get that. But the three specific things we're going to talk about is one, like you see, Nisa, how you doing? How you doing? Like I put in there, a lot of people are starting to draw some comparisons with, what Shadoor's doing, and maybe that he's kind of tied, or maybe Kevin Stefanski is specifically tied to his Dillon Gabriel decision, and more importantly, to his Joe Flacco decision, because now a lot more people, whether it be NFL players, whether it be ex-NFL coaches, whether it be Pat McAfee, they're all being critical now of the trade. And then we're going to see how bad was Dillon Gabriel. There's been a few film breakdowns that have come out. I did a little mini breakdown at the end of one of my videos of him missing a wide open throw. Apparently, it gets even worse. So we're going to get there. We're going to talk about it. We're going to do all that fun stuff. And then, of course, we're going to check in with Jimmy Horn. Jimmy Horn might not be long, but I still got to check in with Jimmy Horn. DJ says Billy is next. Mia, I think they changed it on. Did they change it on? Sorry, they changed the back end on the streaming thing. So I'm like looking at y'all. I see y'all's ats instead of seeing y'all's like names. It's whatever. We back at it. What's happening, Brandon? Hello, how we doing? Mia already said what's up to Mia. Ola, hey, what's happening? So happy to see you as well. Mia says Gabriel be jumping up on that pocket. Hey, he's trying to get in there. He trying to, weave through. That's all. That's it. That's all he's trying to do. Just trying to bob and weave. Loretta, how we doing? Billabong, Staff Sergeant Tings. Any news from the front? Hey, y'all know the Shadoor Sergeant. Y'all know how I get down. We do got a few things, man. We do got a few things. So I want to get right into it. I want to hop right into it. I'll keep reading the chat. Y'all know I'll stop between videos. We'll do 3 specific Shadoor topics. After that, we got some Jimmy. We got some Cam Ward. Thank everybody for rocking with me. We're probably trying to get in and out of here in about an hour and a half. We'll make it swift and make it smooth. But Mike Tomlin, ex-NFL. Why did I say ex-NFL? He's not the ex-NFL. Mike Tomlin, one of the most well-respected NFL head coaches, did something odd, and he called out somebody by name. And those certain peoples were the Browns. Now, around here, we know how incompetent the Browns are because we've just been watching football, not just closely looking because of our guy 12. No. But when the cat's out the bag, everybody starts pointing at it. You feel? Everybody starts screaming when the cat comes out the bag and says, hey, the cat happens to be out the bag. And that is that maybe Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry are either A, not on the same page, or B, they don't know what they're doing and they don't have a plan. So my man Daniel, we're going to start this with a stat, and then we're going to, of course, react to some things from Pat McAfee. We got some things from Bruce Arians. We got some things from Tony Rizzo. I'm not still got to figure out if he's a double agent, but he's speaking that good 12 speech. But Daniel, one of my favorite reporters from the Browns, really consistent dude, great insights. He says the 1-5 Browns have a 61.9% of earning a top 5 pick, according to ESPN's Football Power Index. Cleveland on Sunday faces the 1-5 Dolphins, who have a 49.6 chance of earning a top 5 pick. People are calling it the Blow It Up Bowl, the which head coach gets fired bowl. Mike McDaniels is going to have to find a new way to fund his vape addiction, but that's not important. We'll watch that on Sunday. Another watch along is coming. But this whole comment has springed a lot of people to open up and say a lot of things and a lot of feelings. And it got so wild that again Bruce Arians is commenting on what Mike Tomlin says, and he agrees with Mike T.
Andrew Berry must be a lot smarter than me or us. Because it doesn't make sense to me.
It's total bullshit.
Okay, it's not a good decision.
What are you thinking?
Okay.
I mean, first of all, Pittsburgh's your big rival. Cincinnati's your next biggest rival.
Okay.
Why would you trade him to Cincinnati? If I'm going to trade him, might get a 6th-round pick for somewhere else. And I ain't trading him in the division. All of a sudden, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins have 20 targets. Jamar Chase has 10 receptions, almost 100 yards. In 1 week, couldn't get the damn ball to him the other 3 weeks. And now Pittsburgh's got to play him Thursday night.
Yeah.
I was trying to find the stats, but I think I put it in another video. But yeah, Joe Flacco had he was not sacked at all. It was his first game of the season with multiple touchdowns thrown. Obviously goes crazy with Jamar Chase. He played a more efficient and effective brand of football. And when I showed y'all the stats comparing him and Jake Browning, who was in there first, they were the same ass level. Same 2 packs of ass level, right neck and neck, fighting for who could be worse, who could throw more interceptions. And then Geno Smith had to come out of nowhere and just throw meatball sandwiches to everybody. But that's not important. What's important is this is something that I told y'all when this quote first happened. I don't know why so many people that are there's a divide in Cleveland's social media, the Twitter sphere. Some people are agreeing with a head coach that's never had a losing season. I don't think the Browns know anything about that. Been to multiple playoff runs, Super Bowl, yada yada yada. Y'all know who Mike Tomlin is, right? They agree. Bruce Arians, Super Bowl coach, the same Super Bowl winning head coach that also agreed when I talked about the whole, why y'all asking Shadoor Sanders all these comments? How about y'all just block that comments from y'all? You know what I'm saying? Why don't as a what's it called? A head coach. Sorry, my lip is bleeding. Oh my goodness. What's it called? You don't take me down. Ain't nothing gory. I'm just biting on myself. But what's it called? As a Browns front office, how do you not stop the 3rd string quarterback from getting interviewed? That's the same thing Bruce Arians said. He seems to agree on those basic things. Why is that such a hot take? And things are getting so hot around and in the area that now what does Adam Schefter think about the situation? Because he thinks this is massive. And there's massive respect for Joe Flacco. Adam Schefter, how do you
We
feel?
got Sean Watson coming back in a few weeks.
Yeah.
What are they going to do over there? Is there any word on that front?
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's a good month away from being cleared for any football activity. He is on the list. There hasn't been conversation about when or if he'll play again.
I bit my lip.
But I know there were some people last week when they saw Joe Flacco being traded in a move that Mike Tomlin did not approve of apparently today, according to his press conference.
What did he say?
Basically,
Y'all nasty.
he said that, and you want the exact quote.
Hold on, we're going to pull it up right now. When did this happen? Just now?
Oh, God.
It happened about a half hour ago, roughly.
Okay,
Roughly, he said.
12. That's when we talk.
He said something to Andrew Berry must be a lot smarter than me or us
right,
because it doesn't make sense.
We got the quote. I want to hear the juicy stuff. You're the insider. Let us know.
They need to watch how they're breathing behind these mics. Okay, a lot of people record on cell phones or something, and natural snores make. We can hear that. Mm-hmm. Then the typing, obviously not their fault. They're trying to keep up. WPM. We can hear that. We need a little bit more directed audio. But I love that Tomlin did that. I appreciate the fact. That's the first time I've heard him. Hey, this team's general manager, direct Andrew Berry. It's got to be some super genius of some sort. I love that. How does that make you feel as a Steelers fan?
Oh, it's awesome. Because he doesn't normally come out and speak his mind. He does, but he does it in riddles that you have to decipher. Which if you're a Steeler fan, you're good at this point. But he does. That's something you don't normally see from Tomlin, coming out and kind of criticizing another team / GM.
And he thinks very highly of Flacco. We heard him earlier this year especially with what he just did. Earlier this year, he told a story about how last year he told the defense to keep Anthony Richardson upright. Okay, we want Anthony Richardson to get out of this game because we do not want Joe Flacco playing in this thing. It is clear that Tomlin has massive respect for Joe Flacco. Okay?
So, some people could say it's just a respect, it's just a whatever thing, but that I want that to be consistent, though. I want y'all to realize that this happened in the largest voices in NFL media, Pat McAfee, Adam Schefter. They're like, well, maybe Mike Tomlin knows something we don't. Maybe Mike Tomlin, someone who never openly speaks, never openly criticizes, right? Why would he come out and criticize? Why would he come out and say, this is a terrible decision? Hey, great idea. And we saw what happened. The offense just looked better. Jake Browning was holding this offense back. Hey, throwing to T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, you just got to do it. You just got to keep throwing to him. I promise you positive things are going to happen. my point in comparing those stats is that there's a clear deficiency in the Browns offense. And it's as the lieutenant of the Shadoor Brigade, I'm here to stamp my flag, and I don't want Shadoor on the field until Kevin Stefanski is at least not calling this offense. At the very least. Whether that's him getting fired, whether that's him relinquishing and letting Tommy Rees call plays, the offense is terrible. I got stats to back it up. Kevin Stefanski is never beating the scripted plays allegation. Zero reason for him to keep calling plays at this point. It's a little graph, and usually I'm not good at graphs. But if you see here, expected points added for scripted and non-scripted plays, right here. EPA for non-scripted and then scripted. So over here in EPA scripted, +5, not bad. He's good. And if you're new to scripted, right, whenever an offense opens up for their first drive or maybe you drive out a half, the offensive coordinator has what's called a script. And that script is like, hey, we're going to, and there's sometimes there's a few different, obviously in the NFL, it's a crazy script. But, at the base level, let's say high school, it's going to be, hey, we're going to open up with 918 Razor. Let's take a shot to open up. If we get it and we're past the 50, we're going to go run, play action, boom, boom, red zone. We're going to go 95 Z banana and then 2 more runs, and that should be a touchdown. That is what a script looks like. And then, hey, if we miss the opener, okay, well, then we're going to go run, read out, whatever. So scripted is like, this is what we're going to do, and if everything goes right, we can follow our script. Non-scripted plays, there's, hey, quick change. Your defense gets an interception or a turnover. Hey, you're going to get an extra possession. Oh, your defense got off the field earlier. What are you going to do in a scenario? What are you going to do in 3rd and 7? And if you watch my watch-alongs, I say, hey, don't put yourself in 3rd and 7. Don't put yourself in 3rd and long because you're not going to let Dillon Gabriel throw the ball. You don't want to be an offense that stretches the field. You're not going to do anything to do that. So, hey, Kevin Stefanski, you better not get any 3rd and longs. Now, they were in 3rd and 17 and 3rd and 19 and 3rd and whatever against the Steelers. They didn't do a good job of it. But when hits the fan and things start flying and Kevin Stefanski can't trust his script has a bunch of 5-yard outs and 5-yard hitches and a few checkdowns in there. And look, that's beautiful. That's amazing. That's great if you actually, I don't know, give your world-class running back more than 12 carries. You might want to do that too. You might not want to make this unscripted, this play caller who can't do anything off script, you might not want to also make him try to draw up 58 dropbacks for your rookie quarterback. Nothing about this is good. Nothing about this is great. And now, if we go on the opposite end of the space, see, it's not good to be here or here, up top or up at bottom, right? Because if you're up here, this is a great offense, one of the best offenses in the league at Cowboys, but they ain't got defense, right? And then, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. You don't want to be here. You don't want to be over here. And as you see, Zach Taylor's over here, Brian Callahan, Kellen Moore, which sucks because they have a decent. Well, Spencer Rattler's different. How the Texans? We're okay. We're okay. But the best unscripted players, and then these are like some of the Todd Monken's out here. Not the point. So EPA per play, obviously expected points per play. Extra mumbo jumbo, fun stuff. But it doesn't stop there, right? I want it to be known that even the biggest Cleveland people, right, are starting to say, hey, maybe there needs to be a new leaf. Not just, and I'm just calling for play calling. Tony Rizzo is calling for new people within the organization. Let's hear it.
If I were the Asms, I would go in a completely different direction.
Okay.
I would get somebody in here, football people, to run this operation, not a baseball analytics guy. And then I would have them and myself and J-Dub, we would go out and we would hire a new coach and a GM. And it would be a thorough process. And it would not be fun. It would be arduous at best. And I understand, but it's the right thing to do at this time.
Now, here's the thing, because, I would be a fool, because I always bring these up. I say, hey, Tony Rizzo, Tony Grossi, Mary Kay, those are that's like the Cleveland Brown trinity of knowing that there's something happening, that the Brown, they know something, Like I told you with the Rex Ryan comments, it should have spoke volumes to the fact that they were like, I think he's getting it from somewhere instead of them leaking it, right? That's important. So we start here. Hey, tear it from down. Now, remember that last name Manning. Remember that Arch Manning, if you've been watching my Texas videos, you know Arch Manning had a terrible start to the season. He's almost certainly not coming out this year. The Browns are going to have plenty of first-round picks to go ahead and maybe get an offensive tackle, maybe help out in the wide receiver room. You know what I'm saying? Jeremiah Smith is going to be in the same draft class as Arch Manning. Maybe they go get both of them. Think you get Carnell Tate out of Ohio State. Hey, I don't know if Deontay Lewis is in the chat for my Ohio State fans. Yo, I think Carnell Tate is better than Jeremiah Smith. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell Ohio State fan I said that. But that boy's crazy. That boy is nasty. Anyway, not the point. Y'all gonna go get you a tackle. Y'all gonna get y'all Carnell Tate. Y'all gonna wait a year, and then y'all gonna bring Peyton Manning in to coach. Are y'all gonna try to copy Dillon at Colorado? Nah, man, it's not the same because it's not father son. I know, but nephew, uncle, coach. Let me hear. This is crazy.
Now would be the perfect time to. I would let these guys finish the year, absolutely. But I would start the process. I don't know if I'd do a chief strategy officer, but I said I would go after Peyton Manning, and I know that Peyton Manning. It knows a lot about football and is very connected within the league. I don't know if Peyton would want to come here. I don't know what his real relationship is with the Haslam's. I don't.
And I don't want to force him to do anything.
I want him to do this. But someone like that, a football person.
I don't know. Very specific. He didn't say Eli. He didn't say if he had just said, maybe a Manning, maybe a former quarterback, but specifically Peyton, I don't know, and I don't know if you've been noticing, but Eli is definitely more the showman, right? Peyton does good commercial stuff, but Eli been enjoying it a lot. Look, they don't say these things for no reason. Tony Rizzo doesn't say this stuff on widely produced media. Getting picked up across the ESPN radio wavelength. He doesn't just say those things to say them. It's a rollout, right? I don't know. How many of y'all watch Joe Budden podcast? That's some of my unk stuff I be getting into. But I think I forgot who it is, but he says I think Icer-ish. Everything's a rollout. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's a rollout. So I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you that. Cause then I'm gonna also show you this. Right? Remember what's happening. Remember what I showed you just this Sunday. Remember those tweets of that are starting to kind of separate themselves from or Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski are kind of separating themselves right now. Hey, Andrew Berry is drafting good, but Kevin Stefanski isn't winning. Interesting. Now we're soloing Kevin Stefanski. Is Kevin Stefanski's job on the line this Sunday? But Andrew Berry is starting to kind of usurp some of those things. I'm telling you. And notice, going back to that, I noticed that it's not Peyton Manning the head coach, and it's not Peyton Manning the GM. It's Peyton Manning the football operation. So theoretically, he might work alongside a football operations person is splitting the GM role. It's like the GM becomes the just numbers, money. What's it called? Prioritizing. What's it called? What do you say? Not scouting, but. Because scouting would be the football operations. They would be, hey, we want this person. We need this person, boards. This is, what's it called, roster management, things like that. That's what the football operations person would do. So that even opens, I don't know, is Barry Sanders, I want you to comment down below. If you're watching this as a video, is there Andrew Berry versus Kevin Stefanski? Are they using the media to send things? I don't know, man. Listen, because you hear this, right?
Is Stefanski coaching for his job Sunday?
I think another poor offensive performance at home at this point will create such an ugly scene of booing and anger that Haslam will react to it.
The caveat for him is we won't fire you during the season, but we're going to fire you at the end of this.
Right. Well, that scene would convince him it has to be done.
To happen.
Oh, that's sad, man. So that I think that's the saddest thing, and that's what I mean by we really have to. If you're a Shadoor fan, you really gotta hope that what happens is Kevin Stefanski just relinquishes his awful play calling, and maybe gives Tommy Reese a chance, maybe gives someone else a chance. But I do want to show you that there is a clear, the NFL as a whole. And as a media, beside the Cleveland media, is showing you how they feel about that Browns organization as a whole. I want you to know, Mike Tomlin taking those shots isn't just it's never going to just be at Andrew Berry, right? It's no coincidence that Joe Hayden is talking out right now. It's no coincidence that, Pat McAfee is framing things the way he framed. You don't think Pat McAfee is used to, now, probably not in the same way, but hey, go ahead and let the Pittsburgh fan, that's Tone Diggs, the leader of Hammer Dine. I know what's going on over there at Pat McAfee. Go ahead and let the Pittsburgh fan, because the Pat McAfee show, they're connected on the inside. You know that, right? They have beat writers that report to them. They have shows with Adam Schefter. So you're not gonna say, like, I know what's happening. When certain things get released in the media, these are approved messages. These are sanitized messages that are allowed to get out. Even if you think Pat McAfee's this crazy, the wild man. Oh, he's so. I'm telling you, if you've ever made content, you need to manufacture a messaging behind the things. It's like when I make my boards, there's a message that I'm trying to portray here, right? So just be very aware. That's all I want to say. Be very aware. And if you're watching this, go ahead and like it. Dislike it if you don't like it, that I'm yapping. Subscribe if you like football content and you want to see more, man. We'll see you next time. At peace. But if you're live, don't go nowhere. I'm going to read the chat for a second, and we're going to go to our second topic, a topic that I'm so excited to get into. This is if you all know anything, this is my favorite topic to speak about, to talk about. And it's Shadoor just giving back. I actually need something real quick. So I need to grab one thing. I'm missing something. I need to get one last thing. Oh, here we go. Oh my goodness. They really shipped off every single player that Shadoor likes. This is crazy. Greg Newsome, I don't know if y'all remember, but as soon as he got traded, he had positive things to say. That is so crazy. How did I not connect those dots, man? I needed to connect those dots. They shipped out every single person that was a fan of Shadoor. So let me get to the chat. Read a little bit here. And then after we read some of the chat, hold up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I got so many examples here. Okay, beautiful. Oh, I need his interview. Wait. Shadoor car dealership. Oh, TW with the big $9.99. I will be reading that first. Thank you so much. TW says, I like Mike McCarthy. McCarthy is second to Lambeau in all-time wins leading the Packers. He is among only 5 head coaches to lead one franchise to 8 straight playoff appearances. Yeah, I think what happens with Mike McCarthy or McCarthy, I don't know exactly how to say it. But he should be a respected coach. I think whenever you coach for the Cowboys, there's like this, this sting, this stench that's left on you if you don't do great, that is kind of hard to escape. But make no mistake, I do think that Mike McCarthy can be a great head coach still and make some things happen, even though he's not my favorite. They did ship out players who like 12. Hey, man, even going back to Tony Brown, Anthony says Stefanski is going to get himself fired because he can't coach in today's NFL. Let's talk about it. He's riding off the back of being a part of that Minnesota Vikings offensive system, right? That West Coast system that's supposed to be, I know we say dink and dunk, but that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a short intermediate throw. It's supposed to attack the middle of the field. It's supposed to rely heavily on your run game. But if you're not doing that in success and not setting up your rookie quarterback to do that in success, it doesn't make me. And it shouldn't make anybody really confident about what's going to happen next. You feel me? But we are going to, my man Mono says, oh, Lord, my Raiders. I'm sorry about it. Yeah, it switched. So if I'm calling y'all at instead of your actual name, they changed it on the back end. So just so y'all know, I might call y'all different because it's labeling it different. Blackmail says all the haters are changing their tunes. I wonder why. See, I can't even pronounce this. I gotta update this. But Cleveland gonna be Cleveland no matter what. Escray Land TV says you tripping. Smith going number 1 when he comes out. Hey, Jeremiah Smith, he could go number 1. I'm not saying he can't go number 1. I'm just saying Carnell Tate is that dude. That's all I'm saying. Arch won't be good next year either. Sorry about it. He just doesn't have the vibe. Dang it, man. Hey, if we're going to Manning, then you should just get Dillon. Hey, I don't know. Screeland says Manning head coach, Anthony Gonzalez offensive coordinator, Reggie Wayne wide receiver. They're cooking wide receiver coach. And then you said Jeff Saturday O-line coach, Jeff Schwartz defensive coordinator. This is that's a staff. That's a roster there. Cup says, I've been advocating for Carnell Tate because he's better than anyone on the Browns, but he's not better than Jeremiah. That boy is generational. He's Calvin Johnson, Julio Jones. He's Julio Jones, not Calvin Johnson. Only there needs to be a distinction. Julio Jones, they're just different body styles. The next Calvin Johnson has to be a 6'6", 6'5" freak. Like it needs to be that. But Jeremiah Smith, Julio Jones is a freak too, but it's a different freak. Like he's a compact super soldier at 6'3". He's gonna be better than Carnell Tate. I get that. But you got to understand, Jeremiah Smith is technically still a puppy right now. He's in his second year. Carnell Tate is a junior or senior if I'm not wrong, right? So I'm not saying that he's not gonna be better. He's gonna be better. He's gonna get drafted higher. He's got better physical traits. I get that. But right now, Carnell Tate is going crazy. Finally, kind of live. What's happening? It's impressive Kevin still has his job. It really is. Flip says they pay them all the big bucks. They did ship out players. What jersey you got going on? This that Bobby Boucher. You feel me? Had to get that Bobby Boucher on. Jeremiah Smith is that guy. He is that guy. Marsha says, yo, what up, Tings? If we're talking about receivers, Elijah Sarant is being highly slept on. Elijah Sarant. That's not the Indiana player. You got to remind me where he's from because I'm not sure. Jeremiah's a sophomore. He's not coming out. Yeah, he's not coming out until next year. I'm saying, but that's what I mean. Like I'm saying, this draft, Carnell Tate is gonna go. He might be the highest drafted receiver. But we'll see. Reggie Wayne and Peyton Hillis not coach together, and Peyton will. Oh, Reggie Wayne and Peyton will not coach together. Yeah, it was definitely a very all-star-ish lineup. So I mean, I'm gonna let y'all. We got a dream though. Yeah, he's definitely Julio is like the easy comp. It's like that's freaking nature, all those different things. But all right, second video here. Sorry, my lip was bleeding. It was buzzed. It was doing all that crap. I actually don't need this here. I don't know why this is here. I don't know why this is here. Hold up. I got to do this. All right. So one of my favorite things to talk about, man. Shout out to you again, TW. IU football. He catches everything. Okay, so Indiana. Okay, them Hoosiers looking like some dogs. Them Hoosiers. If we have time, if we have enough college football guys still here, into the stream, we'll do some predictions for the week. Maybe hop in there. I haven't done a lot of college football stuff as much. Obviously, there's been a lot going on in the NFL, but what's it called? We'll get after that. So. I talk about this all the time. Ad nauseum. I don't even think I said that name right. I don't even think I said that word right. But Shadoor Sanders is very open and very well documented as constantly giving back to the Cleveland community in the short amount of time that he's been in. It's one of the big reasons why I make so many videos about him and I shout these things because I really truly do think that in the world of NFL players that do awful things to people and have awful crimes and they've done these awful, terrible things, the way Shadoor Sanders gets talked about, you would really think that he was one of these terrible people, that he robbed banks and punched babies for a living when all he's done is put in extra work. So we're going to walk through a few things because just recently, and I talked about this in another video. You know, Fox News finally revealed why this interview in this car dealership was happening, right? Everybody was like, why is this happening? It was actually because Shadoor was organizing a car giveaway. And look, hey, that's just what he do. That is just what he does and how he gets down. And if we have time, we do have a throwback of Kevin Stefanski saying some positive things about Shadoor. I know some people think Kevin hates Shadoor, but maybe he's just very bad at coaching. I really honestly think he's just that bad at coaching. But first things first, we're gonna walk with me. We're gonna get to a destination here. Now, every single week, I show y'all a video of Shadoor putting in extra work outside of the facility. Every single week. And when I say every single week, and this is why this video is here, I mean every single week since he stepped foot in Cleveland. I want to make that very abundant, very clear. I got Facebook people who own these news sources, AI channels and ESPN. That's all they get. So they think Shadoor is a terrible person. They believe Rex Ryan when he says he's so lazy and he's not doing anything. It never made sense because I got proof. And the proof is, and you're gonna see a theme here because I'm about to show you about his giving ways too. Is that in April 29th? I don't know if y'all remember, but the draft is the week of April 23rd. So the week after he's a 5th round draft pick, he's not crying, he ain't complaining, man. He doing what? Oh, okay. He hitting them hills. He immediately getting to work. Now, I'm not here to praise Shedeur Sanders. I'm not here to say Shedeur Sanders walking up here. That's what you should do as an NFL player. As an NFL, heck, you want to be a starting quarterback? You need to be putting in extra work. I want to stress, I'm not crowning him for that. What I am doing is people lied and say something else. Right? People have been lying and saying that he can't do this, he's lazy, he's this, he's all these other things. And I really wish y'all would stick with, hey, he holds on to the ball too long. I don't like his processing. Stick with the football, because when y'all try to go after character, when y'all try to say he's lazy, but he's one of the most well-documented people ever. We've been watching him since Jackson State days. The camera's been on this well-off media. We've seen him be a leader. We've seen him lead workouts. We've seen him the day after or the week after he gets drafted, he's putting in work. And every single week since then, I've showed you more clips of him putting in work. And whoop-de-doo, QB2, putting in extra work again. And I have another video. And that's just a preamble to get into what I really want to get into. And it's this, because we talked about this. But I want to talk about this in the backdrop of the way people talk about Shedeur Sanders. Just the facts. I want y'all to know this isn't me hyping up Shedeur. This isn't me whatever. I'm just going to, y'all tell lies about him, I'm going to tell the truth. So the truth is, when Shedeur was asked this at a
what did you think about the news today about Joe Flacco getting traded to Cincinnati?
Car dealership.
Oh, Joe Flacco getting traded. He was definitely somebody I leaned on for wisdom, and I feel like he helped me a lot. He helped me a lot while my time being here in Cleveland and his time being here in Cleveland. So now, everybody has their own destinies and have their own plans they have in life. So I'm just happy for him.
Beautiful stuff. And we know, he's expressed a lot what, Joe Flacco means to Shadoor. He's only said positive things, Joe Flacco to Shadoor and Shadoor to Joe Flacco. Crazy how the media tried to pin them against each other when clearly I've made multiple videos speaking about how positive it is. But it doesn't stop there, because, again, this article speaks to, why was last week when we interviewed Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders about Joe Flacco trade, you may have noticed he was standing in an auto dealership. Yeah, that's the only thing people notice. I gotta be honest with you. And it comes to find out that last week when he interviewed him, he teamed up with Drive Point Auto Group, Kia and Hyundai. And I read this to you, but I didn't show you this video. Here it is.
Now, Shedeur Sanders wants to help a Northeast Ohio resident in a big way. This October, Drive Point Auto Group and Shedeur Sanders are driven to give back and have teamed up with Box 8 to give away a brand new car to one deserving person in Northeast Ohio.
I had a thought dang, I really want to give away a car to someone that's in need. And then we had conversations with Dry Point Auto, and was able to make it happen. So that's what joy is to me. Our vision and everything that I want to do as a person aligned with them also. So I feel like it's a great thing to do for the community.
So again, and we're gonna go deeper in this because the theme of this is, hey, Shadoor does something positive, but I want y'all to know that y'all shouldn't be surprised. Y'all shouldn't be praising Shadoor overly. Just don't lie. That's all. Just don't say he's a bad person. Don't say he doesn't care. Don't say he's late. Don't paint a man who's giving back to the Cleveland community. And I'm about to get to my magnum opus. This is one of my favorite things. One of my favorite things to point out. I'm about to point out some major things with this next point. But as you see, Brad tweeted out as well, the Browns quarterback is teaming up with Dry Point Auto Group, Kia, and Hyundai of Bedford and Fox 8 to give away a new car to someone in need. Nominations close October 30th. So in the midst of Rex Ryan calling out a turn, right? In the midst of Joe Flacco being traded away, in the midst of all these crazy things in the NFL, people saying things about him, do you know what Shedeur Sanders does, 2 weeks after getting called everything but a child of God by Rex Ryan, then doing the mime thing, and then everybody else, he's terrible. Oh my God, he's such a distract. He's so terrible. You know what he did the week after? How about I just give back? Shout out to my man Goon in the live chat. How about I actually do something positive? And as he said it was something that he's already been talking about. So really, this has been going on in the background. He's been talking about how I can do that. And at the end of the day, right, if you give away a car, okay, that's a cool thing. That's a nice thing. But that's not the point. The point is, I want to ask you, how many other people are giving back to the Cleveland community like Shadoor has? And when I say like Shadoor has, I mean with the consistency. Maybe, and first off, no disrespect to anybody in the local Cleveland area. I'm sure you're doing more than Shadoor. Let's get that right. But an athlete of his stature who's, again, like Shadoor, because, as I'm about to show you, it's not just about giving away cars. It's about being in the community. What's that date say? August 22nd. August 20. I'm about to take you through a few different dates. I'm about to take you through a few different things. So this is August 22nd. Shadoor just out there with the youngins. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's trying to get through, but he's at a high school, it looks like. Support. They go crazy. These boys go crazy. You know, he's dapping everybody up, hugging the people, saying what's up. They mobbing him. Little kids mobbing him, man. And, you know, this is just a random day. And again, something I want to point out, Shadoor didn't post this. This guy, McNeil, didn't post, even though this McNeil is a big Browns. He's a big Browns like content commenter type guy. He's a cool guy. He's been very fair to Shadoor. The jokes have been fair to Dillon and Shadoor. So hey, shout out to this guy. But he doesn't post these things. People in the community post these things because he's out in the community, right? Now, I don't know if y'all remember. This actually goes over here. But when Shadoor first got here, guess where he went to? A high school. What does that say? April 30th. So a day after running up hills, running up and down hills. Again, that's what you should be doing as an NFL player. You don't get no extra credit from me. Sorry, this is something else. This is something else. We're gonna talk about that later. You don't get no extra credit from me for running up hills, but the consistency is where I'm like, okay, I see your Shadoor. If you're consistent, they shouldn't be able to lie and say that you're being lazy. That's my thing. When you consistently give back to the community, right? Boom, I'm in high schools. Boom, the people are showing me love in high schools. Y'all remember this. This was iconic. He gave his speech. It was crazy, you know, the whole thing. April 30th, the day after he got there, the day after he landed. May 4th, Shadoor, he's getting support in this little, the sport complex. We don't have to go through all those videos because the most important thing here, and it's something, if you watch my videos, this is something that is truly important to me. I talked about consistency. I showed y'all dates. I showed y'all some from April. I showed you some from August. I showed you some new. I showed you some old. But this one has the greatest impact to me personally because when I see this, not viral. When I see this not being brought up and talked about Shadoor. Y'all went on crazy and talked about how he was a mime, right? Right, Mr. McCourty, right? Huh? Jason McCourty. No team in the NFL wants their third string quarterback to be going viral for anything inside the locker room. How about he goes viral? Because McCourty, I would much rather him go viral for giving back to a local Cleveland community. And if you don't know the story, and if y'all want to know why I'm always shouting out my man Daniel, because I don't know if you can tell, this is Daniel's video from what I'm about to explain to you. Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders is out at Garden Valley Fun Fest, an event organized to unite the community after an explosion in fire at Rainbow Terrace Apartments last month that displaced over 40 residents. I talk about this almost every 5 videos about Shedeur. I talk about this. Y'all bring up the leaked sources. Y'all bring up he had a bad interview. Make sure y'all bring this up too. Let me tell you the full story of this local Cleveland community filled with, I don't know if you can tell it, but mostly black people. That was underreported. I didn't see Tony Rizzo. Hey, we love you, Tony Rizzo. I didn't see him screaming until he was read about this. I didn't see Tony Grossi screaming and writing reports about this. I didn't see Mary Kay tweeting out one video. And like I said, you can tell this is Daniel's video because as Shadoor was there giving back to a community that, if I tell you the full story, they had been in the full article, they had been reporting the Rainbow Terrace Apartments. They were reporting a smell of gas for weeks. Weeks they had been reporting a smell of gas. And all of a sudden, a tragic death. It's just not tragic when the explosion happens and displaces 40 people. That is an impoverished community who is not getting the resources that they need to just live. To just live. Now, I can talk about that, but hey, it's a football channel. So I ain't got to go deeper into the implications of that. But what I do want you to, I do want to point out, though, as people are calling him selfish and a Nepo baby and a this and that, I don't know if you can tell, but Shedeur Sanders was out there giving back to this Cleveland community. Not Tony Grossi, not Tony Rizzo. We love you, Riz. We love Dillon Gabriel. He gives back to his local Hawaiian community. He gives them money for NIL. Daniel, who I shout out all the time, who is a real deal Cleveland reporter. He collaborates with ESPN. He cares about the city. He was there. And Shedeur Sanders, the 5th round pick that nobody wants to hear about, that nobody should be hearing about, is giving back and giving hope to a place that, hey, if I reported for over a month, hey, I smell gas, and an explosion goes off because they ignore me and nobody comes to my rescue, I would feel hopeless. That's how I would feel. I'm living in these apartments. I pay you my money, and one of those services is a maintenance fee. And on that maintenance fee, for the love of God, if I smell gas, can y'all help me? No. 40 people displaced. Sorry, 40 families. I want to make that specific. 40 families displaced. Now, I'm not saying that Shedeur Sanders rebuilt anything. I'm not saying that Shedeur Sanders gave billions of dollars. I'm not saying that he even put a Band-Aid on this scar that these people are going to have to deal with. But for the love of God, gave them a little bit of hope. Had kids smiling a little bit. Maybe not think about that explosion that just went off as a high schooler, as a middle schooler. So I want to make sure, remember, when these people say these things about Shadoor, when Rex Ryan comments go nuclear, everybody, they go so crazy, right? I want to make sure y'all know that the person y'all talking about. I want to make sure the things y'all know who gives back, who doesn't give back, and to what level they give back. So going back to the main point, yeah, Shadoor Sanders, the only reason you hear from him outside of the locker room is because other people are reporting on it. He don't. I don't know if you can tell. He ain't got no Twitch. I can go look at the Twitch right now. Y'all want me to check the Twitch? Let's go Twitch on Shedeur Sanders. Because, in that community when he was, his off season, he was live streaming. Let me see. Do I see do y'all see when's the last time he streamed? Oh, nothing. Oh, not Nathan. No vibes, no nothing. I ain't got nothing from him. So no, he wasn't live streaming it. He wasn't projecting it. He wasn't vocalizing it. He had been organizing just another. I just want you to know, because I don't know if you can tell by this picture. This picture is from another time he gave back to a high school in the local Cleveland area. So hey, so when y'all call him all the names and y'all call him anything but a child of God, I just want to make sure y'all know who y'all talking about, right? Shadoor could be terrible at football. Hey, as a Shadoor fan, I don't wish that. Hey, knock on wood. My desk is wood. Pause. Shadoor could be awful at football. He could be so bad. XYZ. Oh. Okay, that was weird. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I don't know what happened right there. What was I even saying? I'm sorry. My thing just my soundboard just freaked out. Okay, that's a little different. I'm sorry. My soundboard just kind of glitched out. Hold on. Oh, I know what's going on. One second. One second.
Had to do a quick little restart for a second. Them drivers need to be updated.
Oh God. I'm sorry, guys. I had something in the background. I'm so sorry, yo. I'm so sorry. We had a little bit of a problem. Let me get this. Okay, this is live. Oh my goodness. I was in the middle of it. I was really cooking, I think. I was trying to land this plane. Okay, cool. We're live. All right, cool. All right. Okay. All right. I greatly apologize. I greatly apologize. My point was, sorry, I had a little bit of a technical difficulty there. That look, he could be bad at football. He could be all these things. And I'm okay if y'all judge him from football. Like I want y'all to know, I've had my audience. Y'all can go look at video if depending on how long you've been watching. Go watch the Rams video. Go look at those comments. Look at my audience upset with me because I was critical of Shadoor. Go back and watch the history of my videos. People used to call me a Shadoor hater because I said, hey, Shadoor could probably go top of first round. I can see him going second round just because I look at football, but I still love Shadoor. Doesn't mean I don't want great things to happen. I'm just telling you, I think the NFL sees it. And I'm telling you how the NFL probably should see it. And I know why this stuff don't go viral. I know that's why I don't want to talk about it. It's because of the confidence. And I told y'all that, and that's what made me grow my Shadoor fandom. My is the fact that they don't really hate Shadoor. They just hate the fact that he can have this sort of reach, be this positive, be this unaffected, be this confident. That's not, you can't do that. You can't be a star outside the league. The NFL has to control who they make stars and who they make kings. You feel me? And they don't have no control with Shadoor because he already a star. And that's something that they're never going to be able to outmatch. And the fact that he does so in a positive way, it got some hemmed up. But y'all let me know how you feel in the comments. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't. If you're live, we still go on. Don't go nowhere. But if you're watching this as a video, Leave a comment down below how you feel about the situation. Is the media wrongly treating Shadoor, wrongly representing Shadoor? And comment down below, what do you think, and how did you become a Shadoor fan? Are you just a Dillon fan? Did you watch a late night Colorado fan and say, hey, that boy too nice? Let me know down below. Other than that, y'all be ready. See you next time. Peace. Oh my goodness, I almost exploded. All right, chat. We do have more Shadoor. Well, this isn't really Shadoor content. This is what's it called? This is like Dillon Gabriel. This is more like Dillon Gabriel content. I will though read some of the things that y'all had to say. Let me read the chat. Let me read the chat. Actually, we're not gonna go in too much on Dillon Gabriel. Let's let Dillon Gabriel breathe. Deontay, you missed it. I was talking greasily about your Ohio State wide receivers. I said Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith. Wait, you can't see it. I said Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, and people they was eating me up. Pause. Everybody calm down. Let's not too much. That was a little crazy. It's a little crazy. Okay. Yeah, we're getting to the end of here. So I don't want to stretch it with too much Dillon Gabriel content. We don't need to do that. We've done 2 Shadoor content videos. I do need to ask you. I'm about to read the chat for a little bit because it's important to talk to the chat. Browns or Jets? Where is the better spot for him? Wait, for who? You talking about yeah, they're both elite. They're both dogs. What's it called? Y'all want a Cam Ward video? I'm gonna read the chat for a second, but I'll let y'all read this poll. Cam Ward, or do you want Jimmy Horn Jr.? But let me read the chat for a second. Both dudes going to go to the league and going to be number ones. Undoubtedly. But as a Texas fan, that boy Carnell Tate, he's the one that gives me nightmares. Jeremiah Smith is gonna be a dog no matter what. He's gonna be a dog no matter what. I'm sorry, he's just built like in a lab, so he gonna be alright. Yeah, they gonna be good. Miami. Oh, you talking about Shadoor going to Miami? Maybe. Oh yeah, I did see that. And we showed that video of him going crazy at Patrick Queen. That was pretty funny. But y'all want Cam Ward? Y'all want Jimmy Horn? I think Jimmy Horn might win. What's it called? SK Sports Talk says Dillon Gabriel wild. He tried to. Oh yeah, where the Easy Baby says Kevin is cooked if he loses the next game, and Dillon, that's gonna be tough. Savage says, yeah, I do think Shadoor to Miami would be interesting. The only thing, because y'all know I'm a Texas fan, Quinn Ewers is over there now. Yeah, y'all gonna have to give my guy Quinn a chance too. All right, give them both a chance. Let them battle it out. Jets media was asking for Sanders. You know what's crazy? And we talked about this in my last stream. I actually, before the draft drop and everything, when everybody was predicting Shadoor to go to Giants, I was like, hey, I think that's all smoke and mirrors, because I think draft, all that stuff, everything you hear is a lie. I really do think it's all just a lie, just to get things in a certain way. So I thought that all of that smoke and mirror about New York was actually for him to go to the Jets, because the Jets were picking, I think, at like 5 or something like that. I forgot where they picked, but they had a good pick. Cam Ward video, yeah, I think Cam Ward is the bigger news. We're gonna do both. We're gonna do both no matter what. I'm just asking which y'all want to do next. It looks like Jimmy Horn's winning right now. The funky Dolphins. Why y'all mad at the Dolphins? Quinn not on nothing. Oh, y'all got just give him a chance. That's all I'm asking, man. Do you think Nick Harbor's talent is wasted at South Carolina, or do you think it doesn't matter? He's going to be drafted highly regardless. So I think those are 2 separate questions. Is his talent being wasted at South Carolina? No. I think that Nick Harbor, he was never a wide receiver. Nick Harbor was originally a defensive end in high school. So he transitioned to being a defensive end. He was really good. He was a track star defensive end that also played wide receiver, right? He's not a natural wide receiver. I really think, and I hate to say this, the way that he's being developed might be the issue. But I don't think he's being held back from. What I think you're thinking is like maybe the quarterback play or like just the offensive way. I don't think that regard, because they be throwing it up to Nick Harbor, and they've done it in the past years. That everybody has been waiting for Nick Harbor to break out. But and to Deontay, yeah, and just like Deontay said. But the separate part is it doesn't matter because he's a big like he's just giant. Like he's big. He's a freak athlete. He can run faster than anybody. He's gonna be he's gonna have an insane combine, and he's gonna be a top 15 pick. Like it just is what it is. I know NFL teams don't care about it. Yeah. Deontay is very right. Yeah, it does it as much as, I talk about development, this and the stats not looking good. He's big as hell and he can run fast and he's strong. And that's all they need. Yeah. Hey, Anthony Richardson. Y'all think, and only the people who are weird in my comments, I like to say that, people get quarterbacks wrong all the time. And Anthony Richardson is one of those ones where people just fall in love with the idea. Mitchell Trubisky, right? You fall in love with he looks like a quarterback. He's fast. He's this. He's that. Yeah, grape tea. Yeah, it's all about what they think that they can mold you into. The problem is these coaching staffs, they can't develop. They've shown that they can't develop. They've shown that they're just gonna waste these players, and they're not. Instead of developing, they're gonna instead try to coach in this box where they just get away with whatever they want to get away with. You feel me? Y'all did say Jimmy Horn Jr., so we're gonna go Jimmy Horn Jr. first, and then we're gonna go back. Dorial Green Beckham. Okay, we really talking football now. Now we really getting into it. Wait, who's a big summer gun? We talking now. Dorial Green Beckham. Boy, it was crazy. This one's not the same, but because he actually produced, but Hayward Bay. Darius Hayward Bay. He went crazy. Arch Manning is a baby quarterback, and we Longhorns know it. Cut him some slack. Yeah, he needs some time. He needs some time. Oh, people are asking for a LeJounte Wester update. Yeah, the only update with LeJounte is that he going crazy. Never got developed. Yeah. Barry isn't going to trade Shadoor. There is no quarterbacks in next year's draft better than Shadoor. Shadoor will be the day. And that we're gonna make another video on that. And I've been slacking. I'm so sorry. I usually make my college football videos. Shout out Fernando Mendoza. What's it called? Yeah, everybody knows everybody. What's it called? He's crazy. He's a beast. Or was a beast at one point. But now what I was saying, I've been slacking off. I haven't been making my college football update videos, right? So I need to make those. I need to get those cooking again. And Fernando Mendoza has him and what's his name? Miami, Carson Beck. Carson Beck is like the boring pick, but they have cemented themselves as the quarterbacks. And Dante Moore has a good chance still, even though I think he had a rough outing. He still has a decent chance there. We're not gonna do too much with Jimmy. We're gonna watch some throwback. We're gonna watch a little film. We're gonna get in and get out. We're gonna get in and get out. All right. Jimmy Horn. I need to do a LeJounte. You know what? How about I add the LeJounte update to this video? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab some LeJounte. Again, there's not much LeJounte news, only because he's just starting kick. He's just doing what he do. Starting punt returner, doing what he need to do. Oh my God. Yeah, we'll add a little LeJounte, little LeJounte at the end there. You feel me? See if there's anything else on LeJounte. Looks like the Ravens might have been trying to double the Rams. Boom. You just give him, that all that boy do is show up. Do what he needs to do. That's it. That's all he do. That's all LeJounte do. You know what I mean? Wait. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I had a major. Okay. Yeah, there's not much updates here. All right, cool. Let's do it. Let's talk about Jimmy. Indiana being good at football. Tired of the Big Ten being top heavy. Yeah, y'all did have to get some other people. There were some years there where y'all were trying to convince us that Minnesota was a real team, and we weren't buying it, buddy. We weren't buying it. Is he Mexican? Oh, I don't know. I actually don't know. I assume so with the last name, but I'm not particular on his. We Live, what's going on? Great year for Indiana, pro and college. Yeah, Indiana pro and college going crazy. How them Texas looking this year? We are looking mid. We are looking mid. But that's way better than being awful. Being mid is better than being awful. Row the boats. Hey, I was a PJ Fleck guy. Like, I really believed. Like, that's my thing. Y'all know me. I like all types of football, but like the thing I love about college football is there's so much types of football. Like, so like I want the Big Ten to be good. I want CUSA to be good. Like everything needs to be fire. You never protected my, but that's not what I want him to be protected. I'm not the one trading away offensive linemen. Hey man, the Texans trade every offensive lineman they get. They said, man, get him out of here. I'm so tired of that. Please get somebody to protect it. But let's check in on Jimmy real quick. We're gonna check in on Jimmy real quick. Jimmy, man, I want to say I'm ready right now, but I don't want. I feel like he's gonna copyright it at some point. He needs to claim that. He needs to make that his own, because I don't know if there's been more truer words said. Because when Jimmy Horn said he's ready right now, I don't know if you knew that by his second time playing in the league or second start, he would be top 10, well really top 6, top 5 in PFF grades. Limited touches, top tier rating. Jimmy Horn Jr. has 73.7 offensive rating. Wait. I thought this was for so this is out of Panthers. Okay, I just want to make sure. I was like, I think this might be out of the league, but so he's top rated offensively. You got the dang Bryce fan clubs tweeting out. I think an aspect that makes Jimmy Horn so dangerous in the offense is that he comes out of nowhere and he can kill you. He's probably never going to be an every down guy like T-Mac or Coker, but when he's in, all he's done is produce positive play after positive play. And I don't think I could have wrote that any better, because that's what we've been seeing so far with Jimmy Horn Jr. is just a lot of positivity. So today, we got some film to look at now. We got to go slow because y'all know what's going on. But this is a compilation of all the touches he's gotten. And if we have even more time, we can even go deeper into it, because something I want to talk about is the fact that while Jimmy Horn has been pretty effective, and every single time he gets an opportunity, he seems to maximize his opportunity, right? That 4th and 5, big 12-yard catch. He had a fefew end arounds in this, in this same game, few 5-yard end arounds. Last game, I think he had a 10-yard end around, as well as that big 34-yard gainer, right? So there's been a lot of positivity, but also when you talk about Rico Dowdle, they've used his end arounds, his speed, his threat to widen out defenses to make it easier for Rico Dowdle. So we'll get into that a little later, but let's talk about this one, right? So this, what you're going to see, and I'm gonna pretend like I know what I'm talking about, but I know a little bit what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? The fact check what I'm saying. So I do want to give Dave Canales credit. You've had an explosion from Mr. Rico Dowdle. You've had great plays from Jimmy Horn Jr. I do want to add a caveat. They have been playing some bad defenses. Not the point, but just to point out, right? So you have this, very wide set. You have 2 interior defensive linemen, 2 outside. So this is a light set for a defense. This is a base defense probably, right? You got your 2 big boys here. You got your 2 edge rushers, one to set an edge there. Look what they're already trying to do, right? So we already know this is going to be an end around. So let's look at the splits of these wide receivers. You have an H-back and or tight end here. They've got a bunch here. So not only do you have a bunch, I believe that's Xavier Legette, right? I believe this is a tight end. Then you have T-Mac. So you got 6'5", you got a big country chitlin eating up, and then you got a tight end on this side, right? Just like what they're doing, right? Look at Jimmy Horn's depth, and then again, look how bunched up this forces the defense to be. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is everybody. So I just want to confirm these are your corners. Look how tight the corners are to this formation, right? This is all a part of the plan, right? So they're going to motion, or not motion this way, but they're going to fake this way, right? So you're going to actually get that tight end coming this way. You're going to have, again, you got to have a big boy, right? You got to have a big Xavier Legette to help you with this Nick Chubb. And then bada bing, bada boom, you flip over and check this guy out. Check this tight end does the coolest thing. This is straight out of Steve Sarkisian. But watch this tight end, and he's gonna turn right around. So Jimmy Horn Jr. gets the flip. Now what do you have? You have Xavier Legette creating a wall. You got a 6'5" wide receiver creating a wall. You got a lineman getting to the second level, and Jimmy Horn Jr. with a lead blocker blurring across the league. Now, can we get a better block? You know what I'm saying? If we can get a better block, we can get a little more. But the idea is here. It's a great idea, but this safety came. I mean, come on, guys. You know what I mean? If you just get, why'd you? No, who else are you looking for? He's got speed. 6'4". If you get him, he can get him. He's got a lane and he's going. But hey, all that matters is that at the end of the day, this was 5 yards. They stay on project, and look how hyped the sideline gets. Look at the sideline. They were going crazy. Okay, so again, I'm showing you these things for a reason, and what I really want to show you is how they're going to do it. So similar look here. You got this one high safety look. You've got your corners bunched up because instead of a bunch, I think they're running a tight end. So yeah, they got a tight end here, right? So again, a similar but not the same, right? I can't confirm this ever. Look at. I'm almost sure this is T-Mac up top. Okay, and they're gonna motion. They're gonna motion him this way again to your beef, to your stuff, and you create a heavy formation. So hopefully you don't got to do with Bradley Chubb on this side. You do have to do with Jalen Phillips on this side too. But they're staying up defensive ends. I have another reason why I don't like base 2 stand-up defensive end, but that's another reason. I feel like you need to have 3 people hand the dirt and then a pony walked up regardless, right? I also want to show you, look at what this nickelback is. I have to assume this is a nickelback. These are the small things that offensive coordinators can do to create leverage for players and make things easier for electric players. So you force him. Now, he doesn't do a good job. He immediately widens out. But theoretically, this should keep him close to the number so he can get to this edge. You got Jalen Phillips, who is just unblocked. I don't know why. Jalen Phillips is just unblocked. So they're trying to go down, and they just expect him to outrun Jalen Phillips, which he can, right? Now you've got Xavier Legette on this nickel player. He's running him wide. He has to make a decision there. Really good player by this nickel from widening him out, forcing him back into the defense. 5-yard game, not what you want to see. And honestly, the defense responded well, but you kind of see what happens when a good offensive play call, a good offensive scheme, and using that, in the right formation, what it's going to do is it's going to automatically open up things for you, right? So 5 yards, 4 yards, you stay ahead of the sticks. It wasn't 50 yards. It wasn't 1,000 yards, right? It's not an instant touchdown. But if somebody would just, if you execute at every single level, it would, right? You see how just by putting the defense in that sort of constraint, it opens things up for them. So I'm actually not sure what this is going to be. I think this is going to be something over the top. But right here, they're going to come out empty, right? So just looking at this looks... I'm no expert here. This looks cover 4-ish because you've got your cornerback so far here. You've got your safeties that are pretty tight, so they could be deep half, those deep halves, right? And then you got your nickelback in here mugging up, trying to probably get some layers here, maybe a blitz. So I don't know what this is going to fully be. So what does this look like? This is not cover 4, I don't think. This is cover 4 because he's staying out here. He's either cover 4 or it's 2 different ones. But what you do here again. Talk about scheming, right? And I think there's an offensive coordinator out there in Jacksonville that can learn to do this. And how do you respond? You have these. Look how far back these corners are. Look how much space is given. So what do? You go right underneath the Jimmy Horn Jr. on 2nd and 10. Okay. He basically has blockers out in front, but my God, them safeties came up quick. But easy, smooth. Nothing crazy there. Nothing crazy there. Now this one right here. This one right here. This is that one. This is the one I like to get greasy with. I like to tell y'all that this boy real nice. Okay. Some people just want to say, hey, it's a whatever. It's just a little 4th down conversion. I'm trying to tell you that in this one rep, Jimmy Horn shows you why he needs to be on the field at all times. So it really doesn't matter what coverage is. It looks mannish down here, right? It looks like man, but again, I don't think they have a tight end over here. So this looks like man because everybody's matched up. You've got two high safety. It's what it looks like, right? You don't know what it's going to change into. You don't know if someone's going to roll down. But that's what it looks like. It looks like he's capping these three receivers, right? Right, and he's going to stay, maybe even going to shift over to center field. So the ball's going to snap, right? That is what happens. So this what's it called? This safety is immediately looking is this number 1 or number 3? I forgot how it was, but whatever. He's immediately looking for a crosser. He's looking for somebody coming into his airspace. That's what he's doing. So he's going to step here. Now, Jimmy Horn Jr., look how far he gets displaced, right? So for all the negatives who are the people who want to say negative things about Jimmy Horn Jr., is he small? Yes. He's small. Did he get bullied a little bit? Yeah, he got bullied just a little bit, right? He got tossed over to the side, okay, and gets completely displaced from where he needs to be because he wants to keep this tight. But watch what he does right here. And we've seen this in preseason. We've seen this in East-West Shrine Bowls. We've seen, and I tell you, when Jimmy Horn gets to the top of that route, boy, hey, buckle up. Shout out Rico Dowdle, but buckle up. Because he sticks that. Wait. Hey, oh, you can't even see it, but he's gone. He's gone. 4th and 5, and then extends again. He's small. That he's short, right? But this is what separates wide receivers. This is what makes you a small receiver and what makes you a Steve Smith type receiver. I'm not just gonna catch the ball. I'm not just gonna let this happen. It's 4th and 5. I need to pluck this thing out the air, and that's what Jimmy Horn Jr. does on a nice 4th and 5. He talks and stuff. Oh, beautiful. They gave you this other angle, too, so you could see it. So, look, I want to show you this, and he's trying to do a quick little, so he wants to get inside. He wants to get inside so he can press outside, but at the same time, he doesn't want to get, bullied right here, right? But guess what he does? This is a bigger defender, you know what I'm saying? Look at this step, right? Look at what he does. Look at his head and look at what he does here. So he's like faking the fake. So he wants this defender. I'm leaning. You have all this pressure. I want you to think I'm head faking outside. I want y'all to know, like, Jimmy Horn is a route technician. I want you to think that I'm going. I got that inside leverage. I'm leaning on you with while you're outside. And now I'm going to put my head outside to fake like I'm about to go inside. That's the meta game he's playing right now. Oh, I'm this way. My head's out here. I'm looking out here because I want to drop my hips and go this way. Guess where he goes? Bye-bye. He said, oh, no. He is holding on to his hips, boy. Them hips don't lie. Look at what he just did. Look at how far he is from the hashes here. 1, 2, get up off me. You got your hands on my hips. Don't touch J5.
Jimmy Horn and
J15. Easy. He got 4th down. He got grabbed all over the place. They can't believe it. And then there is a great look at, hey man, go ahead. They said you small. Don't matter if your catch radius is infinite, big guy. It don't matter how small you are if you go ahead and extend out and get them ball, put them paws on it. I'm so happy for Jimmy Horn, man. I gotta be honest with you. I'm so happy for Jimmy Horn, and I want to stress this because if y'all remember in the preseason, J.C. Horn, Jatavion Sanders, it wasn't just Colorado fans or fans of Dillon or fans of Jimmy Horn that were saying, hey, Jimmy Horn's going to be that guy. No, it was NFL players saying, oh, we can't cover this mother. The ankles is cooked. There's nothing we can do. So this is the last play. This is going to be, I think this is that big,
okay, thank you, Tom.
The big play. So I love because I'm a Texas fan. I love funky motions. I love misdirection because Steve Sarkisian. I love his offense is fun to watch. It's fun to look and be operated. So you're going to have a return motion here, right? So motion Jimmy across the stream. Now, remember what I showed you not last week, but in that last matchup. So Look, now I want to watch how this defense responds. You can't really see it as much. Watch how the defense responds to him motioning this way. So I assume he was right here in the middle of this triple set, right? So he's going to motion across. The linebackers are moving. The linebackers are watching. You have this nickelback who's also looking on the inside. Everybody has their eyes on Jimmy Horn, right? Now, watch what happens, right? Then he comes back out. They look at that. Look. This is how you call an offense. This is how you use motion in an offense and how you use what you did last week to threaten defenses, right? If you're going to watch film, well, I'm going to threaten you with J5. You know what happened with J5 going motion, right? With a condensed split. Now, if you're really watching film, you would see that, Ted McMillan and Xavier Legette would be on this side. And then, tight on this side, because Jimmy Horn always goes to, whenever that play is ran, he goes to what side? He goes to the side of Ted McMillan and Xavier Legette. But that's not the point. The point is they immediately try to, autocorrect. And great job from offense coach, because I just need you in conflict, right? They just had to change their coverage twice. They walked down, and then walk back out. So now a similar look though, that like we showed you in that last one, right? You have these two corners that are very condensed to the formation, but they have a lot of width, right? And that's something that condensed formations do to defenses is they don't want their corners up here where you can easily, get your hands on them instead of edge, or so you can run a quick rub route and get them lost in here. So they want Trevon Diggs. This looks like, I'm assuming cover 3, even though this guy's kind of leaking here. This looks like cover 3. So I think it is. So it is cover 3 because this looks like robber. It's a cover 1 type variant because he's gonna widen out here. This nickelback, Trevon Diggs is gonna have that deep third. He's gonna stay wide. This safety is coming to rob or buzz, I should say, really. So what happens here is you put these guys in conflict. So from the beginning, it's all about putting these two defenders in conflict. Trevon Diggs is gonna take the deep. Right, he's gonna take this deep half. And you can see his eyes. You can see Trevon Diggs' eyes. He's looking back. He's looking back. He's looking back. So that he just has a deep half because he's backpedaling out. So what's gonna happen is this player is now in conflict as T-Mac is gonna start pushing vertically. Right, he's pushing vertically. That means he's gonna have to keep sinking. But the problem is he's got 2 people pushing vertically here, right? So now he's going to have to split this. He keeps outside leverage on T-Mac because he knows he's got Trevon Diggs over the top. Hey, I'm going to take that. But that little bit of hesitation, shout out to whoever disrespects Bryce Young. He is one of the most cerebral readers of defenses. Look at Bryce Young's eyes. Look at what he's seeing. He's actually looks like he's looking at Xavier Legette getting passed off. And then right here, as he's about to get sacked, as T-Mac leaves, and he's not going to be open because he's got somebody over top, he squeezed this space. It doesn't matter because what he does see is with all of that happening, where is Trevon Diggs? Is he right here? My God. Yes, Trevon Diggs is right here. Okay, so yeah, he did. So he took deepest man. So he in fact got T-Mac. So exactly what you want. He goes vertical. He sits, basically opens up Trevon Diggs for him. He's trying to cover both people. It opens up a beautiful 34-yard completion for Jimmy Horn Jr. And then last rep here, because what I want to show you is again with the end around. So I showed you, because we didn't get to see this at the other time. What did I show you last time? So I showed you the end around. And I showed you a few rules with the end around. Now, what they're going to do, they're going to break the rules with the end around. So they have a tight end here. They got T-Mac up top wide. And I think this is Trevon Diggs up. So this looks like more of a general man look, right? You've got your tight end here this time. Rico Dowdle, I can't see who's the wide receiver down here, right? Now we're going to motion across, and they're gonna honor that motion. And, whoa, this is a little different. Yeah, this is different. So if you see, this is almost blocked. This is kind of like a trap. Almost. And I'm sure one of my technical people has a better way from this, but they're going to leave this defensive end unblocked because of the speed of Jimmy Horn. They think the speed can block. That allows them a free release to immediately get to the second level. So now you've got these okay, so this is what it was. It was a double tight end look. I couldn't see how many offensive lines. So it's a double tight end look. They free release. They let that last man there. Boom. And Jimmy Horn beautifully executes well. So I just want to talk about the fact that, as much as Jimmy Horn Jr. is doing great, it's also good to see him with somebody who really trusts him to give him the maximum amount of touches and put him in a really great opportunity to continue to find great success. Highly rated, doing best, and taking every opportunity and making the most of it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Jimmy Horn Jr. And if y'all want to see more, J15. All right, my headphone dropped. 1 second. Gotta get my headphone. Gotta get my headphone. All right, J5. Yeah, man. If they keep using this like this. Jimmy's a dog. Route merchant. Glad he's on the squad. You know what it is, Trizzy. Jimmy, Tet, and Coker gonna be serious. You know what's funny? The biggest thing that I've realized from covering the Carolina Panthers because of Jimmy Horn Jr. is how much thin ice Xavier Legette is on for Carolina fans. Boy, they are waiting for him to mess up, dog. Jimmy Horn is him. Cam Ward is being wasted by the time. Okay, so Cam Ward time. I gotta end this poll, by the way. We're going to end this poll. One more poll to end it. Jimmy remind me of a young Djax. A young Djax. I didn't even think about that. I see where you're coming from though. Everybody's so focused on the Steve Smith comparisons. That might be a better one. A lot of people said Tank Dell too. People compared him to Tank Dell. I don't think he's the same type of player as Tank Dell. Tank Dell was not that Jimmy Horn can't. I think Jimmy Horn is a field stretcher too. But coming out of Houston, Tank Dell was a field stretcher. Like that's what he did. He was, again, not comparing him to Tyreek Hill, even though I'm saying this, but he was a small player who could stretch fields and did it a lot in college. When Jimmy Horn was a lot of a East and West guy that could, for sure, over the top, small frame. But Jimmy Horn, and again, I'm not saying that he can't stretch the field, but I think just the way people saw, because obviously Colorado ran a lot of bubble screens with Jimmy Horn, so he did a lot of that. So I think just the play calling, I think he might be a victim of people not seeing him as a deep threat like Djax is. Yeah, and it's definitely a different flavor. It's a different flavor from Tank Dell. I didn't like the Tank Dell comps. Especially y'all know I'm a Tank Dell. I'm a Tank Deliante guy. But all right, and let me last poll here. Will Kevin Stefanski Simple. Will Kevin Stefanski get fired? Just answer that simple. I don't know why I typed it like that. I typed it like I had a problem or something like that. I typed it like I had a problem. Let me make sure I'm flowing right. Everything's flowing right. All right, we go here. We go here with it. Six times. There we go. All right. Boom. All right, we're going to hear what the people think they should do next, but we also have some stats and facts, of course. Hold up, I'm missing something else on Cam Ward. I had another Cam Ward thing here. Where's this at? Boom, boom, boom. So he was fired. They're this, they're that. Oh, NFL Pro. Let me get some NFL Pro stats, too. Okay, no, I think I have most of it. I got most of it. All right. Are you ready? Dang. Okay, cool. All right, I think we got what we need, man. We're gonna talk about Cam Ward. Cam Ward is absolutely cooked, man. He's deep fried. Kevin Stefanski. Yeah, okay, yeah. They need a lot. They need a lot, boy. Okay, I think we're good. There's nothing else here. Oh. There is something here. There's some more stats. There are more stats that back things up and look things down and look around town. Now, Cam Ward has been released from the shackles of Brian Callahan, but some people, and I talked about this on Sunday, have been calling out Cam Ward. Is he just Buns? Is he just Will Levis, except with more aura? I don't know. Let's look at the stats. So through the first 6 career starts, Cam Ward has 1,101 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 4 fumbles lost, and 25 sacks taken. Whereas Will Levis, in his first 6 starts, has 1,266 passing yards, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles lost, and 19 sacks taken. What do you think? Well, I guess Will Levis wins too because he does the banana coffee thing. Mayo. He puts mayo in his coffee with bananas. I don't know. Some weird Kentucky I have no idea. But I want it to be known that Cam Ward has officially been set up for absolute and complete failure. Let's look at the list. So the last 4 quarterbacks taken number 1 overall have seen their head coach get fired during their rookie campaign. So 2021, Trevor Lawrence, Urban Meyer was finger blasting teenagers at an Ohio bar. Look it up. I'm not lying. 2023, Bryce Young, Frank Reich. I think he got fired again at college. I'm almost certain, but I could be wrong. Caleb Williams, Matt Eberflus. Why would you even stop making coaches be your head coach if you don't want to pronounce their last name? I don't want to say Eberflus. Cam Ward in 2025, Brian Callahan. He's gone. Now, obviously, Cam Ward had a few things to say. He hasn't really openly talked about it, but he did tell the Athletic that once he starts to get to play how he wants to play, he thinks the league is effed. Now, I will say, Cam has done a really good job at keeping things pretty tight and keeping things pretty professional when it comes to how he feels about certain things. But I think that speaks loudly to the idea that, he wasn't playing the type of football he wanted to play. Now, I do want to point out bad offensive line play, right? We're going to get into that. We're going to watch him get sacked 6 times and look at what that looked like. But on top of that, you also had poor wide receiver play. There's not a lot of positives in the Titans. And, hey, that's why they were picking number 1 overall. That's how that works. But getting into the nitty-gritty stats. So I want to talk about some stats that paint Cam Ward as good and maybe some that paint him as not so well. So first things first, the top 7 slowest NFL quarterbacks to release the ball. Number 1 is Bears Caleb Williams, which I'm surprised that he's longer, but he's having an okay season. But number 2 is Jets Justin Fields, who literally plays football like he does not know how to play quarterback. Jalen Hurts, who they make fun of all the time. That's got to count for something. Geno Smith, who is literally throwing the most interceptions in the league. Great job. And number 5, Cam Ward, then Josh Allen, then Jared Goff. So, in a vacuum, probably not good to be next to Geno Smith in anything. But when you also look at things like this, it's kind of hard to be that upset of. Now, oh my God, it's always the Browns. Golly, I'm sorry. It's always the Browns, man. It really is always the Browns. Oh my God. Are you serious? I'm supposed to be making a video about Cam Ward. Okay. So, expected points added or lost from drops for quarterbacks. So, basically, expected points lost. So, these are the points lost from air yards and expected yak. So, basically, to say it in layman's term, because I'm barely understanding it, basically it's showing how many opportunities teams have lost out on from their wide receivers dropping passes from their quarterback. So as you see, number one, 8% is Mr. Cam Ward, but I just think it's so funny that right underneath is Joe Flacco. These are the stats of getting fired, because right there, then you have Mr. Dak Prescott, who has a great offense and a terrible defense, right? Then you got Spencer Rattler there, who seemingly has been doing good. Then Jaden Daniels, then Trevor Lawrence, because Trevor Lawrence and BTJ had that whole dropping situation. So, we kind of hooted and hollered about the whole dropping situation with BTJ, with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, not Trevor Lawrence. Travis Hunter's not getting, the right targets and things of that nature. But they're not even, highest in loss EPA for drops, when it really is Cam Ward losing a lot of success on his receivers not helping him. So y'all take either of those, how y'all feel. Comment down below if you think Cam Ward is the problem or if the coach is the problem. Well, we will never know because he's gone. So it is what it is. On to the next thing. Now, here are the 6 sacks for Cam Ward. We have a special angle right here that we're going to show you, because
look at the terrible effort against Matt.
One of the sacks, as you can see, I don't know if y'all know, but Matt Crosby's kind of good at football. Like, I'm not sure if y'all, you know what I mean? So putting, I think, a wide receiver out here, and then, hopefully that he can help. I don't know what that was going to do.
They barely.
So he kind of pushes him. JC Latham gets one arm on him, and then, they're falling into Cam Ward. So I just want to show you that there's a lot of different odd angles of people not looking great. So let's start from the top, though. Let's start from the top. Actually, go like that. Go like this. And go like that. We're gonna watch this man get sacked 6 times. Pause. Do I need a pause there? This is the wrong video. Gosh darn it. We're gonna watch a man get in the sack 5-6 times. That one was a pause. That one, we needed something there. All right. So 30 seconds. Pure unadulterated people getting sacked. So it's funny that we watched that first rep, because it makes this rep even funnier. Okay, so they're mugging up the line, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? He's wide. I mean, he's in a 9. He's outside this H-back. So he's in a wide 9, very pass rusher centric there in the empty. They're hoping actually to keep him wide, so he doesn't have a better trek. TW, shout out to you with the live $4.99. So when Sanders says he can play better than some starting quarterbacks in the league, he's not lying. Hey, man, I tell you a joke, but that boy won't tell you a lie. But speaking about this, right, watch what happens instantly. So, understandably, this is a scary dude. So you want to get out here, get out on the block, right? My issue here, though, is you get this, and, we gotta have a decision here. We gotta know that, look, Max Crosby cannot go unblocked, but he can't go unblocked either. You can't have multiple people unblocked. So if you're wondering what happened here, it seems like we had a slide issue here. So they should have slid this way, right? Meaning center here, here, here. It should be one-on-one guard and Tyree Wilson. And then that should allow you to help here, because then, hey, center, guard, boom. That's what it should be. Now, what happens is they slide this way. So could this be on the, quarterback? It could be possible. This could be a quarterback issue, but we got to slide that way. We got to slide to his right because of how wide Crosby is. They mugged up with 2 more backers to get you in here. So he does a great job, but you can see they're immediately sliding. He thinks he's going to be on an island with Crosby. How though? It really makes me. I have to assume that J.C. Latham was wrong here, because to be honest, everybody kind of gets picked up, except right here in the middle. So I really do feel bad for Cam Ward when people are just not even picking up what's supposed to be getting put down. So that's one sack to look at, right? Let's take a look at another one here. Max Crosby staying wide, very, very wide. Now, I want you to notice 51 over on this side. He's head up. He's on a season of 7. It's a 7, right? I thought it's a 7 head up, but a 6 on the outside. I forgot how you call them. I forgot the numbers. It gets weird when you get into the tight end ones. But very wide, regular pass rush stuff, right? So what's being shown here? Now, this is I think either a linebacker or a DB, right? So you're really technically being shown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because he's on the line of scrimmage, but you're almost certain that he's not coming. Regardless, you're showing 5. You've got 5. You got 5. Actually, you got 6. You have the numbers here. So how this results in a sack, I'm very surprised. Look at the weight on this guard. Look at the weight on this guard. Look at the split here. So look at his base and look at his base. He's cheating. This right guard is cheating because of something that's about to happen, and we're about to see it here. Actually, let me make sure. So yeah, he's cheating probably because he wants to reach here. You see how he is just regularly on his front toes, right? Watch what happens. All right, so yeah, so I guess he thinks he needs to get out wide. I don't. Wait, what? Wait, what? Everything is wrong here. So yes, that's why his knee is so wide, because he knows he probably has a head up. He probably has he's going to be on this island here. This right guard, though, what are you doing? Crosby is wide. JC, one-on-one all day. They're gonna have to play their game one-on-one. But the fact that he even gets here, you need to help him. But are you both of y'all helping? It looks like they're both helping someone here, and everybody else is just on their own. These were a bunch of one-on-ones, and then this. Oh my God! And then the dude who got and then the dude who was getting double teamed, or at least supposed to be double teamed, is the one that makes this sack. Not all pro who was deep frying this right tackle. Oh my God, this motherfucker was in hell. Look at what he does to him. Look at the hand. Boom. So, oh my God, he's so good. He shoots a hand out. Get that shit off me. So he swipes once. He starts leaning. Swipes again. That second swipe doesn't work. But what does he do? He gets even with the quarterback, and now he's leaning. So the pocket it's over. So he has to step up, and he steps up into a man that's supposed to be getting double teamed, and instead he gets flattened. Not great. Not great. Okay, so let's see again. We're sliding this way. We're sliding towards Crosby. We've got 2 people in the backfield right now. How does this result in a sack? There are 4 people on the line of scrimmage. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to result in the sack. There's 4 people. I got 6, 7 people. I got 6, 7 people in the box for the Titans. This is going to be a sack too somehow. So let's watch it. Play action. So he fakes, he comes. What are y'all doing? Max Crosby is having a great time over here. I mean, wow. I don't even know what to say. Like what was told? It looks like everybody is, and when I say helping, you'll see. I wish somebody would block right so I can show you what I mean by that. Okay, so you see how this center has his hand extended out? That is not, it's not like a full double team, but what that is you're helping. You're helping your tackle as you lead to find another. You're looking for work. So what you'll do is you'll put that support hand. So if, possibly maybe a stunt comes, or maybe he bullies hard here, you're giving him support. You're giving him a support hand as you look for other rushers or someone. So he's looking for Tyree Wilson coming, right? But the problem is he's helping and he's helping. Again, it doesn't look like this offensive line knows what they're supposed to be doing unless they're in one-on-one blocking situations. You got a one-on-one here. This should be a one-on-one, right? This is a one-on-one with a chip help. He's supposed to be chipping and helping. J.C. Latham's supposed to be out there. It don't matter. He's getting cooked. He's getting cooked. Everybody is helping. He finally dislodges and he takes on Tyree Wilson himself. So there you go. He's falling. Like, it's just not great. This is ugly. This is bad. This is really, really bad. This is a malfunctioning football team that does not do anything well. So what does that leave for the new regime of people, Mike McCoy and Mike Bronzangi? I don't know who these people are, but they're going to have to explain what's going on and what's next for these awful, awful Titans. Let's see it.
Mike has a lot of experience in the league. Has been a head coach. He's a former quarterback that's played. He's had some years.
No, I think the Titans are just that bad.
He's been around NFL quarterbacks. Philip Rivers, Peyton Manning's. I was with Trevor Lawrence last year, a young guy that is, getting acclimated from some of the college offenses. So he has a lot of experience doing it, and I've always had a lot of respect for Mike.
And then here is the man, Mike McCoy, speaking on getting to spend time with his daughter while he was out coaching.
In this profession, we spend a lot of time away from our families. And so that gave me an opportunity to spend time with my daughter, Liv, and my son, Luke, my wife. I loved it. Because, and you can see why I got emotional, is because from 2000 to 2018, I wasn't around a lot. And so it gave me an opportunity. My daughter was in the University of Arizona, so I got to spend a lot of time at the Parents' Weekend. I got the greatest wife in the world. And so, I loved it. I hate to say it. I missed the game. I really did miss the game. And I talked a couple times to people about joining it, joining their staffs. And for one reason, it didn't work out. But I wouldn't trade it for anything because I got to spend a couple years with three of it's what I did it for. So.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, man, it's great to see that there's somebody coming in there with passion. So I hope that passion results in people actually blocking and hopefully them not absolutely wasting what I think is a gem in Cam Ward. But you let me know how you feel down below in the comments. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't. Subscribe if you like football content. Hit that bell icon, not miss anything. And we'll see you next time. Peace. All right, to my live chat. Sadly, Stefanski does still have a job. To my live chat. I do need to read comments, but I'm probably gonna do that in a separate video. We're running thin here. We'll do that later in the week. We'll probably drop that on Saturday. I think it's better to drop it on Saturday anyway, because I want to talk about these things. I think this was very fun. What's it called? I think we had a phenomenal, great time. I appreciate all 200 of y'all rocking and also rolling with me. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about a little Shadoor. We talked about a little Cam. Talked a little bit of Jimmy Horn. And all in all, I think it was a great time, and I appreciate y'all rocking.